The first time I entered the Galactic Assembly Hall, I thought humanity had finally earned respect. I was wrong. The chamber itself was enormous, carved into the hollow core of an ancient moon drifting above the capital world of the Alliance. Thousands of species filled the circular terraces, towering insectoids wrapped in silver armor, translucent diplomats floating in nutrient spheres, reptilian warlords with glowing ceremonial scars. And in the center, beneath a massive dome of stars, sat humanity's delegation. We were small compared to most species. But not weak. I stood behind Ambassador Elias Ward, my hands clasped tightly behind my back as the debate intensified. Across the chamber, Supreme Chancellor Vierun of the Keth Dominion slammed his clawed fist against the platform. Humans are a destabilizing species, he hissed. They spread across sectors like wildfire. They weaponize everything they touch. Murmurs echoed through the assembly. I could feel every alien eye turning toward us. Ambassador Ward remained calm. Too calm. For 40 years, he said evenly, human fleets defended Alliance borders while your empires argued over territory. Vierun's yellow eyes narrowed. And yet, he snarled, your kind continues building warships in secret. That was the moment I realized something was terribly wrong. The assembly already knew about the shipyards. Someone had betrayed us. Screens ignited around the chamber. Images of colossal human dreadnoughts appeared above the delegates, black armored titans hidden inside dead star systems. Gasps rippled across the terraces. The Dominion representative smiled coldly. There, he announced. Proof humanity prepares for conquest. I looked toward Ambassador Ward, expecting denial. Instead, he sighed. A tired, disappointed sigh. You forced this too early, he muttered quietly. Then he stepped forward. Every light in the assembly dimmed as he activated the central holonetwork. New images replaced the dreadnoughts. Burning colonies. Destroyed human cities. Children buried beneath alien bombardments. The chamber fell silent. For 20 years, Ward said, his voice now carrying through every level of the hall, the Keth Dominion has secretly armed pirate clans to attack human frontier worlds. Vierun stood abruptly. Lies. Ward ignored him. We remained silent because humanity believed peace was still possible. We absorbed every attack. Every insult. Every sanction. More images appeared. Dead human civilians drifting through shattered stations. Mass graves on outer colonies. My stomach twisted. Even I hadn't known the scale of it. Then came the final image. A classified recording. Dominion officials discussing the extermination of humanity before we became too difficult to control. The assembly exploded into chaos. Delegates shouted over one another while translators struggled to keep pace. Several species immediately withdrew from Dominion alliances. Others stared at the Keth in open horror. Vierun's confidence vanished. You have no proof these recordings are authentic. We do, Ward interrupted sharply. He turned slowly, facing the entire chamber. And that is why humanity is leaving the Alliance. The words hit harder than any weapon. Complete silence followed. Even the floating interpreters stopped moving. I felt my pulse hammering in my chest as Ward removed the silver assembly seal from his uniform and placed it gently on the platform. You called us violent, he said quietly. But every war humanity fought was forced upon us. Around me, the rest of the human delegation stood in perfect unison. Then the assembly doors opened behind us. And that was when the galaxy saw them. Hundreds of human soldiers waited outside in dark combat armor, motionless as statues. Beyond the massive gates, warships filled the sky above the capital world, thousands of them descending through the clouds in absolute silence. Not invading. Warning. Fear spread across the chamber like a living thing. For the first time in galactic history, the Assembly realized humanity had never been seeking power. We had been restraining it. Ambassador Ward gave the chamber one final look. If another human colony burns, he said, the next Assembly meeting will not end with diplomacy. Then we walked out. And I watched the entire galaxy tremble in fear as humans stormed out of the Assembly.